Yo, what's up? I'm back with the final part of my Blastoise pixel art tutorial series. So, where we last left off, we finished basically most of the outlining the black concrete. I'm going to continue on with the outlining, and we're going to go ahead and finish the face. And so, we're going to do all that stuff too. So, we're going to go ahead and get rid of these markers, because we don't need them anymore, so we can go ahead and get rid of these. So now we can go ahead and start from here, from the right block of these 6 here I had to place in, I believe, the previous part, the beginning of previous part. So, alright, so this part. So this, go to these 6 here. On the right block, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper lower to right to start things off. That's 1, 2. And place 3 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 4 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the tallest part of the this anyways, we're gonna be placing, let's see, 10 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 10 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 blocks. Let's go place a block and if I that, as you can see, it should be looking like this. Oh, I'm not sure it's the highest point. Actually, no, it's not the highest point. That's one of them. Anyways, from here we're going to be placing 4 blocks. Actually, no, yeah, that's 4 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place 2 sets of 3s going horizontal on the lower level to right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2. That's 2 sets of 3s. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 2 blocks, that's 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 3 blocks, that's 1, 2, 3. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That is 1, 2. It should look like this. Now we're going to go up again, back up, by placing 2 sets of 2s going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 2 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And place 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 4 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 blocks. And then place 2 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. It's 2 sets of 2s. And then 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right to finish this little part off. Anyways, that's 1 and 2. It should look like this. Alright. Let's go back to the 2 sets of 2s that you just placed. We're going to go to the first set and the right block. On the right side of the bottom block of these, the first set, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 2 sets of 2s. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then place 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2. And then for the very right side of this area, we're going to be placing 6 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to bring back to the left by placing 4 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to finish this off, first place 3 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And then to finish this off, place 2 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2. And fly backwards, so you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far now. Alright, so we're done with that basically. So we're going to go ahead and move to the actual face itself. So we can go ahead and go over to the right. I'm going to go over to these 6 here or something. It's the 6. Yeah, 6 here. I'm going to go over to the 6 here. I'm going to start from the second to last block of the 6. On the left side. The left side of it, we're going to be placing 3 placements to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Now switch to the black on here. So on the left side, we're going to be placing 5 blocks going down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these. And for the top part of the 5, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the left. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the left and the upper level to the right for the same block. So that's 1, 2, and 1, 2, just like that. From the same one block that's going diagonal up to the left from there. So it should look like this. Alright, going from the bottom 2 blocks here, we're going to be placing 6 blocks going diagonal down to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's get rid of these. Now, from the second to last block of the 6 here, we're going to be placing 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 2 sets of 2s going down to the right. That's 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And then to finish this off, place 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And fly back, as you can see that it should be looking like this. Alright, so now that you've done that, we're going to go over to the left side. I'm going to go back to the left here. We're going to go over to... Let's find these 3 sets of 2s I actually placed in the first part of this tutorial series. So let's go over to the third set. With the placement block, we're going to be placing 2 blocks to the right on each of these blocks here. So that's 1, 2, just like that. Or just, it doesn't really matter. Alright, I guess it does. From the bottom block of these 2 blocks, I'm going to put 2 blocks to the right, just like that. And switch back to the block concrete side on the right side. We're going to be placing 2 blocks going up next to it. That's 1, 2. Just like that. Let's go to these. And I place a connected 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And from the bottom block, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 2 sets of 2s going horizontal up and level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And I place 2 sets of 3s going horizontal up and level to the right. That's 2 sets of 3s. That's 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 2. That's 2 sets of 3s. And I place 4 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 4 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And bring it back down for a little bit by placing 2 sets of 2s going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 2 sets of 2s. 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 3 blocks going horizontal up and level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then to finish this off, we're going to be placing 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. I'll fly back. You see, it should be looking like this. That's the nose complete. Except for obviously the detail. But, you know. Alright, now we're going to switch to, let's switch to the placement block. Now the placement block starting on the right side of this block that we just placed. On the right side, we're going to be placing 2 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 2 placement blocks, I should say. So it should look like this. Now I'm going to start on top of this placement, the second placement block here. On top of it, we're going to be placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're placing 15 placement blocks, extra placement blocks on top of the second block here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 placement blocks additionally on top of it. So it should look like this. Alright, now switch to the black concrete starting on top of the 15 I just placed. We're going to be placing 2 blocks going up on top. That's 1, 2. And we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going down to the right. That's 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. Let's go to the placement blocks now. We don't need them anymore. Alright, for the 3 sets, technically 3 sets of 2s, place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. That's 1 and 2. Just like that. And basically that finishes that off. Alright, now switch to the placement block again, starting on the right side of the block that we just placed the second block of the 2 blocks going diagonal. We're going to be placing 4 placements, not 4, 3 placements to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. That's switch to the black concrete starting on the right side, place 1 block to the right. That's 1. Now underneath the right block of the 3 here, 3 placement blocks, we're going to be placing 6 blocks to the right. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to the placement blocks. Alright. Now, from here, on the right block, we're going to be placing a connected 4 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's connected. And then we're going to be placing 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then starting on top of the right block of these 3 blocks, we're going to be placing an additional 3 blocks on top. That's 1, 2, 3. And place 2 blocks going up to the right. Right, to the left, I meant to say. 1, 2, just like that. We're switching sides. Actually, no, it's 2 sets of 2s. Never mind, it's 2 sets of 2s. So it's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2, just like that. Now, from the top block of the right side of these 2 blocks, we're going to be placing 3 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And from the bottom block of the same 2 here, on the left side, place 4 blocks to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place a connected 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2. And place a connected 2, not a connected, we're going to be placing a regular 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2. It should look like this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fill this empty space here real quick by switching to the redstone, the block of redstone I should say, the nether brick, and the snow block. So get all 3 of these out because we're going to fill this singular empty space here. I'm going to start with the snow block. Now, with the snow, we're going to go up to the left side of this area. I'm gonna go to this area, this block right here. That's going on top of the second block of the 6 here. So from here, we're gonna be placing 3 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And on top of this block here, place 1 block. That's 1. It should look like this. All right, going sort of on the actually starting next to the starting on the right side of these 2 connected blocks here. On the right side, place 2 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2. And underneath the left block of these 2 blocks that I had you just place 1 block underneath the left block. That's 1. And now switch to the Nether Brick. Now with the Nether Brick, we're going to skip 1 on the right side of these 2 blocks here, 2 snow blocks, and we're going to go to this block here. We'll be placing 2 sets of 2s going down to the right with the Nether Brick. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. Let's switch to the redstone block right now. For right now, and starting underneath these 2 blocks here, we'll be placing 2 blocks to the left underneath it. That's 1, 2. And then I'm going to switch back to the Nether Brick and then start from here. These 2 blocks here, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going horizontal up and over to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, and it should look like this. Now I'm going to switch to the black concrete. Now the black concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space here. The black concrete is going to do that now. Fill this in black concrete. And once you've done that, we're going to go back to the top here. Actually, no, we're just going to go back to these 3 here on the bottom I just placed. By the way, you can go ahead and get rid of the block of redstone, the Nether Brick, and the not the snow block. We need the snow block though. All right. So let me just get these sorted up for a little bit here. There we go. All right, from these 3 here on the bottom, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s. Going horizontal on a lower level to right, so basically an extra 2 sets of 3s. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2. That's 2 sets of 3s, and 2 sets of 2s. 2 blocks going horizontal on a lower level to right. That's 2 blocks. That's 1, 2. And then for the very right side of the eye, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going horizontal on a lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, and all the 5. So you can see that it should be looking like this. Now, starting on top of the right block of these 3 blocks that I had you just placed, we're going to be placing an additional 6 blocks on top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to bring it back up to left by placing 3 blocks going up to left. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 2 sets of 2s going up to left. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. There's 2 sets of 2s. Now starting for the top block, these 2 blocks on the left side, place 2 blocks to the left. That's 1, 2. And for the right side of the top block, these 2 blocks here, we're going to be placing 3 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And it should look like this. Now from the left, these 2 blocks here on the left side, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going horizontal on a lower level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. The fly back, so you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far now. Alright, so that's the face complete, so we can go ahead and get rid of the black concrete completely because we don't need it anymore. So we can go ahead and put this thing right to the right side, aside. We can go ahead and switch to the snow block now. The snow block, we're going to fill in this empty space here on the left side with these snow blocks. Go ahead and do that now. Fill this in the snow block. It's very small, so it shouldn't take too long. There we go. Alright, now on the right side, same thing. We fill in this empty space here with the snow block. We do the exact same thing that we did on the left side, except on the right side. Except it's also bigger than the left side, like a lot bigger, I should say. So yeah, it shouldn't take too long. I'm not gonna do a filling process just for this particular area. It's not that big of an area, so yeah, there we go. Fill this in. There we go. All right, once you've done that, it should look like that. So now I think we're done with the snow block. Let me see. Oh no, we're not really done with the snow block, so we can go ahead and just put that away for right now. So let's go ahead and work from the bottom to the top. So let's go over to the very bottom. Let's go to the very back. Let's start in the bottom right corner. Let's start with these 3 areas here. These areas here. Actually, no. Let's just start with these 6 areas. I should say. Let's just start with these areas here. All 6 of these areas here. So we're gonna start on the right side. We're going to start on the very right side. We're going to work on our way from here to the left, all the way over to the left side. So we're going to start with, we're going to get our snow block and white concrete out for this. So yeah, let's get those out. And these areas are pretty simple to do. Just get the white concrete out, and let's go over to these 4 blocks going diagonal at your place in the first part of this tutorial. We're going to go over to the 4th one. Underneath it, place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. That's 1 and 2. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2. And then 2 blocks going diagonal down to right. That's 1 and 2. It should look like this. It should look like this, I should say. Alright, now next area, it's this area. I'm going to go over to these 6 blocks going diagonal. I'm going to go over to the third one. Right here, underneath it, place 5 blocks going down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place 1 block going down to the left. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat this exact pattern right here. I just highlighted it. We're going to do that one more time. So that's 1 and 1, 2, just like that. And to finish this off, place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. That's 1 and 2, just like that. Alright, now we're going to move on to the next area. And okay, so all you got to do is go into the bottom right corner of this area and just make a W. So just do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, just like that. Exactly like that. It's like it's a diagonal W, just like that. It's pointing to the top left, so it should look like this. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to go over to the left side again. We're going to find this area. And what we're going to do is, actually, no, this can be filled with a solid block, actually. So let's move on to this area. Let's go over to the right block of these 3 here, on the top, the very top of this area. So on the right block, 2 blocks, place 2 blocks going down. That's 1, 2. And to finish this off, we're going to be placing 8 blocks going diagonal down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's 8 blocks, and it should look like this. Now, next area is this area, this large area here. I'm going to start on the right side, obviously. I'm going to start from the 6 here. The 6 blocks start going horizontal edge of place. So let's go over to the second block of it. On top, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3. 3 blocks. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then place 3 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right to finish this off. That's 1, 2, 3. And I'll fly back. As you can see, everything should be looking exactly like this so far. Alright, so once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and do a filling process to pick people's attention. So this should be pretty simple to do. So, okay. So, everything basically on the left side of the white concrete outline that we just created, except for this area, the right side, it gets filled in with snow block. But everything on the left side and every other space gets filled in with snow block. But once you've done that, switch to the white concrete on the right. Everything on the right side of it obviously gets filled in, including this empty space that just gets filled with solid white concrete. And then this area gets filled in with white concrete, same thing with that, and then this area as well as that. So yeah, basically, this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, and this area, and this area all get filled in with white concrete, and then the rest gets filled in with snow block. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we can go ahead and work on the legs themselves. So, as well as the tail. So let's go ahead and, let's start with the tail, I should say. Let's go ahead and switch, let's go ahead and put the snow and white concrete away for right now. And let's go ahead and switch to packed ice, light blue concrete, and the blue concrete. So let's switch to all 3 of these blocks here for the tail. Let's start with the tail, obviously. We're going to work our way from the right side to the left side again. So we're going to go over to, let's go over to the top left corner of this area here. We're going to go over to this DC blocks I had you place. And we're going to go over underneath it. We're going to start underneath it by placing 4 blocks swing diagonal down to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 blocks. And then 2 sets of 2s going horizontal or lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then to finish this off, place 3 sets of 2s going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. The red block is already there. So yeah, the red block of the 3 sets of 2s is already right there. So yeah, doesn't matter. So yeah, it should look like this. Alright. So now that you've done that, we're going to go over to the left side. We're going to work on these 2 areas next. I think we're gonna fill them in separately. I think I'm gonna save the left leg for after we fill these empty spaces in these 3 areas, anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue with the blue concrete by going over to the bottom here, the very bottom of this area. Let's go over to this little area here. Looks kind of like a triangle. It's shaped like a triangle. So let's go over to these 3 blocks that are going diagonal. On the top right corner of the left one, the first toe on the right leg, basically left one. Let's go over to the second block. We're gonna be placing 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2, and then 1 block going down to the right. That's 4. And it should look like this. Alright, going over to the right, we're going to go back to the 6th block going diagonal here at your place. We're going to go over to the 5th block instead. This time, we're going to go on top of this block. We're going to be placing 4 blocks going up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I meant this block 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And then 2 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to be placing 3 blocks going horizontal up level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2. And then 4 blocks going horizontal lower level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should look like this. Alright, so now we're going to move on to these 2 sets of 5s at your place. We're going over to the second set. Let's go over to the 2nd block. We're going to be placing 2 blocks to the right, starting on top of it. That's 1, 2. And place 3 blocks going diagonal down to, up to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then place 3 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. That's 3 sets of 2s. And then place 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to be placing 8 blocks going up to the right next. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. There we go. 8 blocks. And place 5 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place 4 blocks, not 4, 3 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And it should look like this. Alright, so now that you've done that, we're going to switch to packed ice now. Now the packed ice, we're going to move on to this area again. Except it's on the left side here. We're going to go over to the top left corner of it. We're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal. That's alright from this empty space here. That's 1 and 2. Just like that. Or I should say, that's 1 and 2, just like that. Alright. Now, starting on top of this block that we same within the same column here, going up above this block here, on top of this block here, we're going to be placing 1 block on top. That's 1. And place 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And place 4 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place 8 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're switching sides by placing 5 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. No 5 accuracy, you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far now. So we're going to go ahead and do another filling in process. Up here close attention. Because we're going to fill every single one of these empty spaces. So we're going to start with the blue concrete, I think. Now the blue concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space. All 5 of these empty spaces get filled in with blue concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the light blue concrete. Now the light blue concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space with the light blue concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the packed ice. Now the packed ice, you're going to fill in just this empty space here, this singular one with the packed ice. So again, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space get filled with blue concrete, and then this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space get filled with light blue concrete, and then just this empty space gets filled with packed ice. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we can go ahead and move on to the left side, the left leg I should say, and we're going to go ahead and fill these 2 empty spaces. So to get things started, we're going to switch to the blue concrete again. Now the blue concrete, we're going to go over to the top right corner of this empty space here, this top empty space. We're going to go over to the 2 blocks that are going horizontal up level to left right after this 1 block that's going diagonal. Let's go to these 2 blocks here. We're going to be placing 1 block going down to the left. That's 1. And then place 3 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And then to finish this off, we're going to be placing 6 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it should look like this. Now, we're going to count from this block right here, this block that's going diagonal. We're going to count an extra 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So starting from this block here on the right side, so from here, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. That's 1 and 2, just like this. Alright. Now that you've done that, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll place 4 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 block going down to the right. That's 1, and it should look like this. Alright, now switch to the packed ice. Now with the packed ice, we're going to go over to the top left corner of this top empty space here. We're going to go over to these 2 blocks that are going diagonal down to the right from these 2 sets of 2s that I should place. It's on the top, which it shouldn't be hard to find. It's in the bottom left corner here. Let's go over to the first block that's going diagonal. So from here, place 2 blocks going up. That's 1, 2. And I'll place 4 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat this exact pattern right here. I just highlighted. We're going to do that one more time. So that's 1, 2, and 1, just like that. And then we're placing 5 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place 5 blocks going up to the left. So we're switching sides. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 block going up to the right to finish this off. That's 1. Now 5 backwards. You can see that it should be looking like this. Alright, so we're going to do the filling in process to pay close attention. So, we're going to switch to the blue concrete. Now, the blue concrete, you can fill in this empty space and this larger empty space here with the blue concrete. And once you then switch to light blue concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space and this empty space with light blue concrete. And once you then switch to packed ice, fill this empty space with packed ice. So, go ahead and do that now. When you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we're going to go ahead and fill in 2 empty spaces with we're going to go ahead and put away these blocks first. For right now, let's go ahead and put these away. So the blocks that we're going to need now are the snow block and the white concrete again. So let's go ahead and switch to these. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this empty space and this empty space on the right side. To do that, we're going to start on the left side. So let's start the easier part off and do that. So let's go over to these in total 7 blocks going diagonal I had to place. Let's go over to the first block, or the top block here. Let's go over to the top block of the 7 diagonal here. With the white concrete, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the left. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2. And then 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1 and 2. And then 3 sets of 2s going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. That's 3 sets of 2s. And then 3 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Then 4 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 blocks going up to the left. To finish this off, that's 1, 2, 3. And it should look like this. Alright. That's the first area. We're going to work on the second area, which is over here on the right side. We're gonna work on this larger area. I'm gonna start on the top left corner. Why not? And then we're going over to the technically 2 sets of 2s I should place. Technically it's 2 sets of 2s on the left side, so the very left side here. So we'll go over to the first set. On the right side of the bottom block of the first set, or no, the second set, we're going to be placing 1 block to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. Then 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right to finish this off. That's 1 and 2. And it should look like this. Alright, we're not done yet. We're going to go over to the bottom right corner, sort of. It's more of the center. Let's go over to these 8 blocks going diagonal. It shouldn't be too hard to find. It's like around the center, more like, yeah. So let's go over to the 5th block that's going diagonal. Let's go over to the right side of this block here. On the right side of it, we're going to be placing 5 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 blocks. And then we're going to be placing 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then place 4 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And to finish this off, place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1 and 2. And it should look like this. Alright, so now we're going to do another filling in process. If you pay close attention, it should be pretty simple to follow. So, we're going to go ahead and start on the left side. Now, basically everything on the right side of this white concrete outline here we just created on the left side, gets filled in with the white concrete. Of course, saying like don't fill in these empty spaces here. Don't ever do those. Don't ever fill these empty spaces with the white concrete. So, once you've done that, I'm going to go over to the right side. I'm going to fill in this area that's above the white concrete outline on the top left corner with the white concrete. And once you've done that, I'm going to go over to the bottom right corner. I'm going to fill in this empty space here in the bottom right corner with the white concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the snow block. Now the snow block, you may have guessed it, this empty space and this empty space on the everything on the left side here gets filled with snow block. So again, this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space all get filled with white concrete. And then once you've done that, switch to the snow block, and then this empty space and this empty space both get filled in with snow block. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we're going to go ahead and work on this area, I think. These 4 areas, I should say. It's more like we're gonna fill in the entire inner shell here. So to do that, we're gonna go ahead and put away the snow block and the white concrete for right now. I'm gonna switch to the white terracotta and the light gray terracotta. So once you get these out in your hotbar, I'm going to go over to the 2 sets of 2s I should place on the very bottom left corner of this entire area here. Here, we're going to go over to the second set. We're going to go over to the right block of the second set of 2 sets of 2s here. On top of it, we're going to be placing 1 block. That's 1. Now switch to white terracotta. And on the left side of this light gray terracotta, place 1 block. That's 1. And now switch back to the light gray terracotta and put on top of this white terracotta, place 2 blocks going up. That's 1, 2. And then place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then we're going to be placing 5 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 blocks. And then place 4 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. And 2 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2. And then 2 sets of 3s going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 2. That's 2 sets of 3s. And then we're going to be placing 6 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then place 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2. And then 1 block going up to right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going up to right. That's 1, 2. And then to finish this off, we're going to be placing 10 blocks going up to right. That's 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll fly that back. So you can see that it should be doing like this. Alright. So got one. Looks like I got 2 more things to do with the light gray terracotta. So we're going to go within the same column, going up vertically from these 10 blocks here I had to just place, going up. And then we're going to move 1 block to the left, and you should find this block here. I'm going to start on top of this block right here. We're going to be placing, it looks like, let's see, 11 blocks on top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 blocks. And then place 3 blocks going up to the left. To finish this off, that's 1, 2, 3. Should look like this. Alright, now going up to the top, more on the top, and I should say. And I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's get that back. Alright, let's go over to the 4 sets of 2s I should place. And actually, no, not for the 4 sets of 2s. Let's go to this 1 block that's going diagonal up to the right for these 4 sets of 2s here. Let's go to this 1 block that's going diagonal. From here, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2. And place 4 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 blocks. And place 2 blocks going horizontal upper levels to the left to finish this off. That's 1, 2. And it should look like this. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and do another filling and process that pickles attention. So, the only blocks that we're going to need are just these 2 blocks here. So, let's go ahead and start with the white terracotta. Now, the white terracotta, everything here. So, basically, this empty space, 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 and these smaller empty spaces, and this, all these smaller empty spaces here, also get filled with white terracotta. And once you have done that, switch to the light gray terracotta. You're going to fill in this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, including that empty space, this empty space, and this empty space with the light gray terracotta. So I'll do it. I'll say it again. This empty space, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and these smaller empty spaces get filled in with white terracotta. And once you've done that, switch to the light gray terracotta. this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space. I'll get filled with white, not white, light gray terracotta. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the left arm. We're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna fill it in. We're also gonna fill that into space. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the. We're gonna go ahead and put these away right away. We're not gonna need them for right now, anyways. So let's go ahead and switch the snow block and the white concrete. I'm gonna fill in the paws. So to start things off, or the claws, I should say. To start things off, we're gonna start at the bottom. We're gonna start from here. We're gonna work on our way up. So let's go ahead and start with the white concrete. Now the white concrete, we're going to go over to the bottom of this area here. We're going to go over to the fourth block. On top of it, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal up to left. That's 1 and 2. And place 4 blocks going up to left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to move on to the next area, which is this area. I'm going to go over to the bottom block of the 6 here on the left side. I'm going to go over to the bottom block. I'm going to put 3 blocks to the right of it. That's 1, 2, 3. And place 5 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to finish this off, place 3 blocks going horizontal up on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. It should look like this. Alright, once you've done that, I'm going to switch to the blue concrete. Now the blue concrete, we're going to go ahead, actually no, blue concrete, the light blue concrete, and the packed ice. We're going to get all these blocks out here. So we're going to start with the blue concrete. Now the blue concrete, we're going to go over to these 3 blocks going, these 4 blocks going diagonal. We're going to go over to the 4th block right here. We're going to be placing 8 blocks going horizontal on the upper levels right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 8th block. The 8th block's already there, so yeah. Alright. Now from here, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then place 3 sets of 3s going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 3. That's 3 sets of 3s going up to the right, just like that. Next, what we're going to do is switch to the packed ice. Now, the packed ice, I'm going to go over to the top left for this empty space here, going up here. I'm going to go over to these 3 sets of 2s that you place. We're going to go over to the 3rd set. From here, place 2 blocks going down to the right. That's 1, 2. And for the top block of these 2 blocks on the right side, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And place 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And place 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. It should look like this. Alright, now switch to the white concrete. Now, the white concrete, we're going to go over to the right and go over to this empty space here. We're going to go over to the very bottom of it. I'm going to find this little corridor here. I'm going to go over to the top block. We're going to go to the top of the 7 here. I had to place. I'm going to go over to the top. From here, place 4 blocks going on top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from in the next column, place 2 blocks going up. That's 1, 2. And I'll fly that complete so you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far. Alright, so we're going to do a filling process, so pay close attention. So, alright, we're going to need all 5 of these blocks here to get a heads up. So, we're going to start with the snow block. Now, the snow block, we're going to fill in this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, as well as these 2 smaller empty spaces, as well as this larger empty space with the snow block. I want you to then switch to the white concrete. Now, the white concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space, and these 2 empty spaces at the top with the white concrete. And once you've done that, we're going to switch to the blue concrete. Now, the blue concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space with the blue concrete, including that small empty space there with the blue concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the light blue concrete. Now, the light blue concrete, you're going to fill in this empty space, and this empty space with the light blue concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the packed ice. Now, the packed ice, we're going to fill in this empty space here, just this empty space with the packed ice. So let me recap. This empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and these 2 smaller empty spaces, as well as this larger empty space, get filled with snow block. And then this empty space, and those 2 empty spaces get filled with white concrete. And then this empty space gets filled with packed ice. And then this empty space, and this empty space get filled with blue concrete. And then this empty space and this empty space get filled with blue concrete. So go ahead and do all that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we're basically like halfway through the filling in the pixel art, I should say, or pretty much, yeah. So let's go ahead and continue on. We're gonna go over to the right side this time, and we're gonna work on the shell. First, before we work on the shell itself, I want to fill in these empty spaces here. So let's go ahead and put away the packed ice, the light blue concrete, and the blue concrete for right now. And same thing with the snow block. So basically, we're going to need the white concrete and the light gray concrete powder for these areas here. So to getting started, we're going to start with the white concrete. Now, the white concrete, we're going to go over to these 3 sets of 2s I should place in, what was it, part 2. So let's go over to the first set or something. That was the first set. I believe it was the first set. Yeah, no, it was the third set. I remember now. So let's go over to here. The top block, we'll be placing 2 blocks going up to the right. A connected 2 blocks going up to the right, I should say. That's 1, 2. And place 5 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to be placing 8 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to be placing 5 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's 5 blocks. And then place 2 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, and it should look like this. Alright, so now we're going to go over to this area, this next area here. We're going to go over to the 2 sets of 2s that are going to horizontal logic place. We're going to go over to the second set, right here. The top block, or the right block, I should say. We're going to be placing 4 sets of 3s going up to the right. That's 4 sets of 3s. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 sets of 3s. That should look like this. Alright. Going over to the right. I'm going to go over to these, I believe, 6 or 7 blocks. Sorry, going horizontal. Let's go over to the third block. So right here. We're placing 2 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 2 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And place 4 sets of 3s going up to the right. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 sets of 3s again going up to the right. So it should look like this. Alright, so we're going to do another filling in process at big close attention. So we're going to start with the light gray concrete powder. Now, the light gray concrete powder, basically, these 3 empty spaces here get filled with light gray concrete powder. Staying within the outline. These 3 empty spaces get filled with light gray concrete powder. And once you've done that, switch to the white concrete. Now the white concrete, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and these small empty spaces get filled with white concrete. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now you can go ahead and work on the shell itself. So we're going to go ahead and start, or I should say the back of the shell. So we can go ahead and put these blocks away for right now. I think we can go ahead and get rid of the light gray concrete powder. We don't need it anymore. Same thing with cyan terracotta. We don't need that anymore either. So let's go ahead and put that white concrete away for right now and switch to the red wool and the red terracotta. Now with both these in hand, we're going to go over to, and we're going to start with the red wool, I think. So yeah, let's go over to this area. Let's work on this area first. Let's go over to the left. Let's go over to the very left side of the area here. I'm going to go over to these 5 blocks going diagonal height place. Let's go over to the first block, or something, yeah, it was the first block. So from here, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. And then 2 blocks going horizontal up and level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Alright, basically that finishes that off. So, next what we're going to do is go to the bottom right corner. And we're going to go over to these 3 sets of 2s I should place. Let's go over to the first set. On top of the first set, we're going to be placing 4 blocks on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 3 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And place 5 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 5 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, 5. That's 5 sets of 2s, so it should look like this. Alright, now place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1 and 2. That's 2 blocks. And place 2 sets of 2s going horizontal up and level to the right. That's 2 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And it should look like this. That finishes that off, so it should look like that. Alright, so now we can go ahead and go all the way up to the top of the shell. So let's go over to the very top here. Let's go over to this empty space here. And to finish off the red wool outline for the shell, the back of the shell, we're going to go over to these 7 sets of 2s as you place. We're going to go over to the, actually no, 4, more like 5 sets of 2s here. Let's go over to the middle set. On the left side of the middle set, we're going to be placing 1 block to the left, that's 1. And then place 2 sets of 2s. Oh no, just 2 blocks going horizontal up and level to the left. That's 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going horizontal up and level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 1 block going up to the left. That's 1. I'll fly back a bit so you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this before now. Because we're now just about to get into another filling in process. So pay close attention. So it should be pretty easy. So let's go ahead and start from the bottom. Alright, starting with the red terracotta. With the red terracotta, we're going to fill in this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space with the red terracotta. And once you've done that, switch to the red wool. Now the red wool, basically the remaining empty spaces, basically these 2 empty spaces, this empty space, this empty space, and those 2 empty spaces get filled in with red wool. And I'm going to go ahead and recap. All five of these empty spaces get filled with red terracotta. And then these 2 empty spaces, that empty space, and those 2 empty spaces get filled in with red wool, including that empty space. There, don't forget about that empty space with red wool. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we're going to go over to this area. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these blocks right here, by the way. We don't need them anymore. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the snow block and the white concrete for this next area we're going to work on. So to get started, we're going to start with the white concrete again. We're going to start on the top of this area. We're going to start from these 2 blocks that are going up to the right, from these 5 blocks going diagonal. Let's go over to this 1 block that's going diagonal up to the right after that, actually. So on the right side of this block that's going diagonal, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going horizontal up and level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. That's 1, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. Actually, no, but not 2 sets of 2s. 1 block to the right, and then do the 2 sets of 2s going horizontal upper level to the right. That's 2 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That was my bad. So that's 1 block to the right of that block that's going diagonal, and then 2 sets of 2s right after that. Alright. And I'll place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 3 sets of 3s going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. And 1, 2, 3, 3. That's 3 sets of 3s. And then to finish this off, place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. It should look like this. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bottom of this area. Not the very bottom, but around the bottom here. Let's go over to these 3 blocks that are going up to the right from these 3 sets of 2s I should place. Let's go over to the middle block of it, of the 3 blocks that are going up right after that. From the center block of it, we're going to be placing 1 block to the right. That's 1. Now place a snow block on top of that white concrete. So place 1 there. And switch back to the white concrete, so on the right side of it, place 2 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2. And to finish this off, we're going to be placing 6 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it should look like this. Alright, so we're going to do another filling in process, and pay close attention. Alright, so we're going to start with the white concrete. Not the white concrete. Fill these 2 empty spaces here with the white concrete. Same within the outline. Fill these in with white concrete. And same thing with up here. This also gets filled with white concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the snow block. Now the snow block, and you're filling this remaining of the space here with this snow block. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the white concrete, and the snow block because we're completely done with them. So all that's left is all of these blocks here. So let's go ahead and switch to the. Let's start with the packed ice, the light blue concrete, and the blue concrete for these three empty spaces specifically. Actually, no. We still need the snow block and the white concrete for 3 areas. Only 3 areas now, so it's not that big of a deal. So, alright, we're going to start with the white concrete. Not the white concrete. We're going to go over to this area right here. We're going to start on the left side of it. With these 2 blocks here that are going up. Alright, we're going to go to from the top block. We're going to be placing 4 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 2 sets of 2s going horizontal on the lower levels right. That's 2 sets of 2s. So that's 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then to finish this off, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower levels right. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 blocks. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to switch to the blue concrete. Now the blue concrete, we're going to go over to these 4 blocks that are going up ahead of place. We're going to go over to the bottom block of it on the right side. We're going to be placing 1 block to the right. That's 1. Then place 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then place 4 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And then place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And staying within the same column here, on the right side here, we're going to be placing 5 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 blocks. Now staying within the same column as this block here, on the right side of this block, this black concrete, we're going to be placing 4 blocks to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And then place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And it should look exactly like this so far. Alright, now switch to the packed ice. Now the packed ice, we're going to go over to the top of this area here. We're going to go over to the top left corner. We're going to go over to these 5 blocks that are going horizontal. We're going to go over to the left block here. Or no, it's the 5 blocks. Let's go over to the left block. Underneath it, we're going to be placing 2 blocks, 2 sets of 2s going down to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2 sets of 2s. Now starting at the bottom block of these 2 blocks here, we'll put an extra 1 to the right of it. And place 3 blocks going horizontal up and low to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. Alright, from these 3 blocks right here, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. Then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now staying within the same column right here, go up a little bit, and on top of this block here, we're going to be placing 1 block on top. That's 1. And then you place 2 blocks going horizontal up a little to the right. That's 1, 2. And to finish this off, place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1 and 2. And it should look like this. Except we're not done yet. We're going to go over to this area right here on the left side. I'm going to go over to these 2s as a series that you place. We're going to go to the first set this time. From here, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1 and 2. Alright. Next, we're going to go over to these 5 blocks going horizontal on each place. We're going to go over to the second block of it. We're going to be placing 3 blocks on top. It's just simply 3 blocks on top. That's 1, 2, 3. I'll fly backwards. You can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do a filling in process to pay close attention. So, we're going to switch to the... We're going to start with the blue concrete. Now, the blue concrete is pretty obvious. Everything below the blue concrete outline here gets filled with blue concrete. Once you've done that, switch to the white concrete. Now, the white concrete, these 2 empty spaces get filled with white concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the snow. These 2 empty spaces also get filled with snow block. And then once you've done that, switch to the light blue concrete. Now, through the light blue concrete, we're going to fill in this empty space, these smaller empty spaces here, including, as well as these 3 larger empty spaces here. With the blue concrete, light blue concrete, I should say. And once you've done that, switch to packed ice. Now, with the packed ice, you can fill in this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space with packed ice. So I'm going to recap. These 3 empty spaces get filled with blue concrete, and then these 2 empty spaces get filled with white concrete, and then these 2 as well get filled with snow block. And then this empty space, and then these smaller empty spaces, these 4 empty spaces here get filled with snow, or with light blue concrete, I should say. And these 3 empty spaces, these 3 larger ones, get filled with light blue concrete. And then once you've done that, switch to packed ice, and then these 3 empty spaces get filled with packed ice. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. So now we're done with the white concrete and snow block. So we're going to need all 5 of these blocks now for this last part. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the light gray concrete terracotta, I should say, not light gray concrete terracotta. Alright, we're going to go over to these, 14 blocks, 16 blocks, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, 14. Alright, so let's go over to the 14 here. We're going to go over to the 4th block, right here. I'm going to start on top of it, start from here. With the light gray terracotta, we're going to be placing 3 blocks running diagonal up to the right. That's 3 blocks, that's 1, 2, and 3, just like that. And 2 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 2 sets of 2s. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then we're going to be placing 8 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 blocks. And place 3 blocks going up to the left. That's 3 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then 3 sets of 2s going up to the left. That's 3 sets of 2s. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. That's 3 sets of 2s. And finally, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the left to finish this off. That's 1. And I'll fly back a bit so you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far now. Alright, so we're going to do another filling in process, a bit close attention. So we're going to fill in this empty space on the right side. It's pretty obvious though. So this empty space here gets filled with light gray concrete, light gray terracotta, and this empty space gets filled with white terracotta. So again, this light gray terracotta, this white terracotta. Go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them both in, it should look like this. So then we can go ahead and get rid of the light gray terracotta and white terracotta right now because we're done with them completely. So the last area we got is this area here. And we only need 3 blocks, these 3 blocks here. So to start things off, we're going to start with the blue concrete. Now the blue concrete, we're going to go over to the nose. We're going to go over to this 1 block that's going diagonal. Alright? So let's go over to these 2 sets of 2s right after that. Alright, right before that, I should say. Let's go over to the second set. We're going to be placing 6 blocks to the left. Starting underneath it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. And place 4 blocks on horizontal on the upper levels to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It should look like this. Alright, for the right nostril, we're going to go over to the bottom block of these 2 blocks here. They're going up to the right. From this 1 block that's going diagonal. So from the bottom block, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going horizontal upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s, just like that. Alright. Now, once you've done that, we're going to go over to the top here. We're going to go over to these 3 sets of 2s here at each place. We're going to go over to the first set underneath it. Place 1 block. That's 1. And then place 3 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And place 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And then place 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower levels right. That's 1, 2, 3. It should look like this. Alright, now that that's done, we can go over to the bottom left corner here of this entire space. We're going to go over to these 6 here again. Starting on top of the red block, we're going to be placing 2 blocks to the left. That's 1, 2. And place a connected 3 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And place a connected 4 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place a regular 4 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 blocks going horizontal on upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place 10 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to be placing 4 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to be placing, let's see, we're going to be placing 10 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 10 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I place 3 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. And place 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2. And then 4 blocks going diagonal up to left, up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And place 4 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 4 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. That's 4 sets of 2s. Alright, now from the right block of these 3 blocks here, we're going to be placing 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. And place 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 blocks. And place 3 sets of 2s going up to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. That's 3 sets of 2s. And then 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. And to finish this off, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll fly back so you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to switch to packed ice now. Now with the packed ice, we're going to go over to the left side. And we're going to find these. We're going to find these 2 blocks that are going down to the right from these 4 blocks here. That are going down to the left from these 3 sets of 2s. Let's go over to the 2 blocks here. On the right side of the bottom block, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 4s going up to the right. That's 2 sets of 4s. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. That's 2 sets of 4s. And then place 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And then 2 sets of 2s going horizontal up and over to the right. That's 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. There's 2 sets of 2s. And place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1 and 2. And then 2 blocks going up to the right. That's 1, 2. And to finish this off, place 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3. And it should look like this. Alright, so now we're going to go over to the left ear here. We're going to go over to these 10 blocks, I believe. Or no, 9 blocks. Let's go over to the 4th block. Underneath the 4th block, place 1 block. That's 1. And place 2 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2. And place 5 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 blocks, and it should look like this. Alright, now we're going to go over to the center of the top center of this area. We're going to go over to the left and go over to this 1 block that's sticking out from the fourth set. The 4 sets of 2s here. We're going to go over to the 4th set here. We're going to be placing from here, from the right block, 8 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then place 3 blocks going horizontal upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 3. And then 2 sets of 2s are going horizontal on the upper level to right. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s. And then place 1 block going up to right. That's 1. It should look like this. Alright, for the last bit with the packed ice, we're going to go over to these 3 blocks that are going down. I had to place. It's not too hard. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Let's go over to these 3 blocks here. The sideways T shape. From here, we'll be placing 1 block going down to the right. That's 1. Then 4 blocks going horizontal on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 4 sets of 2s going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. That's 4 sets of 2s. Then 3 blocks going horizontal on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And to finish this off, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And I'll fly it back because you can see that everything should be looking exactly like this so far now. Alright, so you're basically completely done with pixel art, So, except for the filling in part. So, let's go ahead and not get rid of. We're going to go ahead and fill in all these. Now, we're going to do a final filling in process, so pay close attention. And also final instruction for this tutorial series. So, let's start with the blue concrete. Now, the blue concrete, you're going to fill in this entire empty space here, including these smaller empty spaces here, I should say, with the blue concrete. And once you've done that, we're going to go over to here. We fill in this empty space, this empty space, and this empty space with blue concrete. And once you've done that, switch to the light blue concrete. I'm going to fill in this extremely large empty space here that goes from here all the way over to here, and it goes all the way to the top of pixel art, and it goes a little bit to the top right corner here, there. And once you do that, you may get this packed ice. Now the packed ice, everything on the left side and above the packed ice gets filled in with the packed ice. So again, these empty spaces here, as well as these 3 other empty spaces, get filled with blue concrete. And then this entire large empty space here gets filled with light blue concrete. And then these empty spaces get filled with packed ice. So go ahead and do that now. And when you're done filling them all in, it should look like this. Well, there you have it, a tutorial on how to make my Blastoise pixel art. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did enjoy it myself too. It's just, you know, it's not even my favorite pixel art. There are so much better pixel arts in this, in my opinion, than this pixel art, because it kind of feels old. It kind of is old too, because I made this like I want to say 2018. Yeah, definitely 2018. This was definitely made in like 2018 or something like that. Yeah. All right, so this was the quote unquote last 2018 pixel art or something that I had to make a tutorial on. The next one is Chespin, and that was made in 2019, so 3 years ago. So yeah, that's the last old one I have left, and that's Chespin. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for a brand new pixel art right next to that, as well as 2 showcases basically, because I never did a showcase for Chespin whenever I made it in 2019. So yeah. So remember to eat your greens, stay healthy, stay hydrated. You guys know the deal by now, and peace.